Hey everybody, Triple J here with another Eye of the Samurai. I've said this a handful of times before and I'll say it again, this one's going to be a little bit different. This will be the first match I will have done that does not include me. This was a tournament set that was recommended to me by one of my first subscribers. If any of you guys have tournament matches, online matches, ones that include me, ones that don't, that you would want to recommend for me to commentate or analyze, please let me know. Facebook and YouTube and yada yada. This is a match from this past NEC. Includes Ruka, the Pat player, who will be on the left, versus Ringout, the Yoshimitsu, I guess local to the East Coast. He goes to a lot of the Northeast kind of stuff on the right. You know, Ringout is a relatively well-known player. Always comes to tournaments saying that he hasn't played since the last tournament, so he's one of those guys. Ruka from Japan, we were all very happy that he ended up showing up. What did he get, third? Yeah, he got third at second to Zeph and Woes. And he even knocked me out in winners of the pool that we had at NEC. That match was streamed, probably a lot of you guys already saw that. Normally, you know, I'm involved in the match in question, so I normally have thoughts that are prepared, ones that I remember from the match, but this time I won't. In fact, I didn't even see this match before I prepared for this video. So there's probably going to be a lot of thoughts that I'm going to do in like real time, so to speak. Pat versus Yoshimitsu, please let me know if I'm wrong about this, but I feel like Yoshimitsu would get destroyed by this character, right? I mean, neither of them are really known for their good pokes. Yoshimitsu's are a little bit better, like they're a little bit longer, like a 4KB or like a 2B, stuff like that. And I guess he has the mix-up range that's a little bit longer than Pat's, but at the same time, they're really like in-fighters. And is there any character in this game that's a better in-fighter than Pat? I guess Viola, if you just let her do whatever she wants to do. But yeah, I would assume that this is a pretty tough matchup, and for Ringout. But we'll see how he does it. Alright, we get a stage that's not really known for ring-outs. Unfortunately, despite the fact that he is named ring-out and his breakout performance involved him getting like Brave Edge Yoshimitsu combos that gave him ring-outs, I don't really think that he wants to do ring-out kind of stuff against Pat, because, you know, Pat is known... Pat needs meter and Yoshi needs meter for their ring-out stuff, and Pat gets meter quicker and can utilize it a lot better. So unfortunately, even though he really likes the ring-out type of stuff, I don't really think that ring-out can work that angle against Ruka. Man, the more I think about this, please let me know if there's something I'm missing, but I really feel like this is a terrible matchup. I don't really see how... I mean, Yoshi would have to guess correctly and really outplay the Pat opponent. I saw the nice read on the full crouch 3K that Ruka had earlier in the game, and it looks like he's just starting up his infighting right now. I really wish he was more up on that whip punish. So this is the feeling out period. Ruka keeps beating Ringout to the punch. Literally to the punch. Ooh. I'm not sure if he botched a just guard there, if he botched a sidestep, but giving Ruka a 2-6 AA is bad news. And there we go, we finally get something started. That's the standard Yoshimitsu combo mix-up. If you don't know, the unblockable there will not hit if you literally just sit there and do nothing, don't press anything. It will catch rolls, but if you don't do anything, then you can just get up with no problems. You can switch it up by either doing a 6-6 AB, which can be teched out of defensively, or you can move up a little bit and then do the unblockable, and it will catch. So it looks like Ruka just guessed correctly there. Ruka, one of the other things that I noticed when I played against Ruka is that his mix of defense, his defense just in general, is very, very solid. It's quite annoying. Yeah, and Yoshi just kind of like has to go in there. Like when I play against Pat, I try to stay away and I try to work on the pokes. But, you know, as you can see, he's prepared for a 4KB, and he kind of just has to go in against Pat where Pat is at his strongest. And, you know, Ruka, unlike American Pats, doesn't really rely on things like 6-6B. He doesn't rely on any kind of hard reads whatsoever, if Pat actually has to make any hard reads in general, because all of his frames on block are incredibly powerful. But he doesn't even go for stuff like 1B or anything that his opponent might be prepared for. He goes for things like B instead of BB, and he uses 3A, which I think is interesting, rather than 4-4A. 4-4A on block is better than 3A on block, isn't it? But maybe he's worried about the range, I don't know. But he just goes for like string kind of offense and just relies on the fact that Pat has all of these incredible pokes when he's in your face that you can't really do anything about. Yeah, just catching him with B. He gets a 3K there. He's not able to get anything off of it. Wasn't really up to speed on that whiff punish. That's another thing that I will say about Ruka. You know, I haven't played Ringout since last Summer Jam. I'm not really sure how up to speed he was on everything they needed to be. But I remember against Ruka, when it comes to a wake-up situation, he is incredibly disrespectful. Abhorrently disrespectful. Wake-up CE and doing all kinds of stuff. It's again, very frustrating, but it's something that I think that Ringout can capitalize on. But anybody can capitalize on, honestly. Lows and lows and lows and lows. But again, even if he blocks that stuff, it's not really much that he can do. Is 1-1K, it's I guess 2A punishable, but Ringout isn't really using 2A. The first match happened lightning quick. Ringout just can't get anything started. His punches are getting, his IMCFs are getting beat out. There's his first whip punish. Again, very disrespectful from Ruka. Just forcing this kind of thing. He's very patient on offense, but he's very impatient. Because, you know, he can do like a jump B. I guess you could argue that that's a hard read, but he has so much life to spare. It doesn't really, you know... That'll catch lows, that'll catch a grab. He misses the just guard there, but I doubt that he cares all that much. See, now he's got Ringout doing BB in front of his face. Like, he's teching up, and he's disrespected him so much on Wake Up already to such a great degree that now Ringout doesn't really get to do any of his slower mix-ups. So now he has to do something like BB and then just get out of there. See, now he's at this range, like, yeah, he gets to like make him block with 3K, but, you know, look at that, Pat's right back in. Pat doesn't have to worry, it doesn't seem like Pat has to worry about, man, he guessed wrong again. Like I said, he's very good, Ruka's very good with the mix-up defense. Pat doesn't have to worry about trying to get in this matchup. It's going to happen, because neither of these characters are very strong that way. Fantastic punish. Ooh! Dragonfly read. That was risky as hell, because it's like, yeah, you could argue that he's in the air, so Pat may not get like a huge combo off of it, but he's next to the wall, and I think Pat off of like an air hit B can get 236B Brave Edge. Ruka probably knows that too, so I don't know, that was... Well, I mean, he won the round, so good for him. A jump B, that's interesting. I'm not sure why I did that there. Yeah, Ringout needs to be a little bit better with his whiff punishes. The 4KB is just not coming out fast enough. Tries for a jump K, doesn't work out. A CE, I'm not sure if he wanted to do that. But what do you know, Ruka guessed correctly again. Like a grab will do it. Lots of things will do it for Ringout. Oh my god. Oh, Ruka. I guess I kind of understand it, where it's like, he wants to frustrate his opponent. He's obviously jamming 236A in Ringout's face as much as he can, because the first time was so successful. And now just like 236A, stop, 236A. It's an option that's really obnoxious. And to go into the CE, I guess he was trying to, like, if I got hit by that CE, and I think Ringout would be the same way, that would practically check me out of the tournament set. Like, I could not handle the frustration level that would go into that. But it didn't work out. So Ringout gets the round that he deserved. Nice punish. That didn't work out the last time, but it worked out that time. Alright, here we go. Does it work now? Yeah, it works out. Ooh, feigns the suicide. Ruka does jack. He could have, if he just committed to it, it would have worked out. But instead, now we're in this situation again. You grab break, good for you, it doesn't matter. There we go. And no. But it's not a big deal. Alright, outfighting. Yoshimitsu's just a tiny bit better than this, and he gets it. Alright, the guard gauge didn't end up working out, but I want to go back to that situation there. This is really the difference between like the infighting that both of these characters can do. Okay, so, you know, he's in now, he gets hit with the BB. There he's neutral, here he gets hit by a 2A, tries for a GI, like grab break, good for you, but he's still in there. And like at no point did he really take any risks, Ruka. Ringout's the one who took the risk with that combo. It's good that it worked out for him, but this is the point that I'm trying to get, is that Ringout's, when he's mixing his opponent up, his frames aren't as good as Pat's, and it's obvious that Ruka's mix-up defense is very strong. So if I were in Ringout's position, it's really more, it would seem to me like you would want to fight like Ruka against Ruka, where it's like strings and it's a lot about safety. It's quantity over quality, rather than going for like a hard read, which just never seems to work and has a big disadvantage to it. You just kind of have to play Pat's game, and unfortunately, you know, maybe I'm wrong about that, because obviously if you're playing Pat's game, then he's just going to be better at it, but I feel like that's the only option. That's just how good Ruka is. But yeah, it was good patience. He was able to pull that off. That was a very good full crouch 3K. You know, Ruka's been calling that a lot, and that's a huge, you know, he loses the round if he guesses correctly. So it looks like we're just going to keep with this stage the whole time. Just not tight on these whiff punishes, unfortunately. Maybe he didn't expect the 60-sided whiff. I guess that was the issue. Doesn't get the just frame, but that's good damage. That's good. Now Ringout is kind of keeping up with the damage. Like he's making Pat get hit a little bit while he's going in. And this is just domination so far. So you see the difference. You remember that little stint that I showed you before with Ruka, where he was just like throwing in pokes, and whether it was hitting or not, it didn't really matter. I want to go back to like where Ringout has the same type of situation, where he's in Pat's face and Pat is blocking. So he gets hit here, and like, you know, that's kind of like a bit of like a string defense type of stuff, and then he goes for like a jump K. Even if that got blocked, that's AA punishable, I think, from Pat, and it's a hard read, rather than something that's softer with strings that, you know, doesn't really do. And I think that's really the main part that would make this matchup really tough, is that Yoshi kind of has to do that. His options are just as good as Pat's in terms of like offensive stuff, but in terms of frames, they're just not. They're not as fast and they're not as safe. There's so many kicks. Finally gets a backstep freebie. And it's like you just can't shake him off, you know? You're at the ring edge. He tries for a jump, but unfortunately it seems like Ringout tries for like jump kicks and stuff right when it's going to kill, which is kind of an easy read, so you just pull off mid when that happens. That being said, Ruka is just really good at like staying safe the whole time, and Ringout's trying to guess these lows, but it's just not. He's wrong. He's wrong all the time. It's frustrating. I'm getting frustrated just watching. Good 2B stuff. But I mean, that's the risk that you have to take, right? Like, you kind of have to do that sort of thing with the full crouch 3K. You got to make him always think about it. And it looks like Ringout's frustrated now, so he's just going to be going in. But he gets an IMTF. Guess is wrong again. What do you know? Some good jump stuff. Like, he is getting it to a certain amount. I'm not sure if it's... Oh, don't you just hate it when you duck for a while and then like you get up right on the frame that the low happens? That's one of the things that I try to do with Mitsu all the time. Good MCF. First game was a lot like he was getting hit by B, like Pat B was hitting him out. Super disrespectful from Ruka there. Yep. There's just so many lows. Oh, he botches he botches the sidestep. Oh my god, Ruka. Doesn't even do the right combo. He's so disrespectful right now. Get her ring out. He's not going to, but like, yeah. But man, he's so disrespectful. It's frustrating. I wish Ringout. I'm not sure how he can, but like he needs to capitalize more on Ruka is very stoic. He has very good defense when it's just like a standing type of mix-up, like string defense, kind of like what he does. But when it comes to wake-up stuff, he's very disrespectful. That's got to be a read that I think other people can see, that you need to punish Ruka for. Reads it again, but you got to keep doing it, even though that's a massive punish. That's such a massive punish. And I guess you need to block, Ringout needs to block more. I would say more of like what Ruka needs to do, but at the same time, he's pretty much a better player than I am, and it's difficult for me to say like what he needs to do. Here we doesn't get. Yeah, Ringout doesn't seem prepared for 236A all that much. Ringout is realizing this, and Ruka's realizing this, and he's just jamming it down Ringout's throat as much as he can. Some more infighting, more 236A. After 236A, or really after any kind of knockdown, he's going for more 1-1K. Good just guard, but that's not a free punish. There's a good sidestep. So I think you could get a better whip punish off of that. Ooh, and another Dragonfly fantastic read. That's a lot of damage, too. That's not nothing. So... really tense moment here. Oh, what's he gonna do? He needs to get out of the corner. Okay, you got it. I want to go back to that little stint there, because that was really tight. So the Dragonfly mix-up works. I think he meant to do the one where he just spins around all that time, but if you notice, I feel like every time that Ringout has Ruka on the back, his back to the stage, or to the wall, he'll go for something that's kind of like string defense, like a 4K or that low there, and then he immediately goes into a jump, either guessing a grab or a low, and Ruka's not really doing that. Ruka's not really doing lows when it's like a panic button and he's on the defensive. He's doing it so much on the offensive. Maybe that's screwing Ringout's understanding of what's going on, but honestly, whenever he's like throwing out a button to try and break up Ringout's momentum, it's like B or it's AA. It's something that's like mid, that's just like a safe kind of thing, you know? He could go with like something like a sidestep or go for more grabs or something like that, you know? Because even like a broken grab is still doing damage to Ruka at that point, and he'll be, you know, his back is to the stage and stuff. But he ends up getting around anyway. Good start. Good enough of a whip punch. Ruka needs to try and get back momentum. But Ringout's making it, he's being proactive. There you go. He gauged what Ruka's reaction was to suicide the first time in the first game. Ruka did jack, so now he pulls off the suicide, and yeah, that was a very proactive round, keeping Pat from starting off his offense. Ruka needs to try and like take momentum back, kind of like what he's doing now. Good whip punish. I wish he committed to the 4KB. It's too bad. Got him. But yeah, Ringout's doing a lot better with like trying to make Pat take damage while going in. It's still not enough though. This offense is still, from the first game to now, this pressure that, oh, he did the run up there. So he gets it? He gets it. Very, very good. Very tenacious by Ringout. He pulls off the same panic combo when he's on the defensive that worked the first time, and it doesn't seem that Ruka's adapted to that just yet. So we're at 2-2. We're gonna still stay here. Oh, and another great Dragonfly read. That's 3 in a row. That's pretty good. And then that but no whip punish. But that's still something that you should keep in mind. Maybe Ruka's a little bit flustered. He probably isn't, but it's something to keep in mind if you're Ringout there. Ruka feels that he should have won that round, but he didn't. Ooh, I don't think he meant to do the 4-4B there. But see, this is the problem, is that Ruka's pressure, once he gets in, he has that in his head. It's like, just as long as I get in and I start up my pressure, Ringout really can't do anything about it. Like, yeah, he's getting those Dragonfly things, and those are cute and all, but the amount of damage that Ruka's getting is still, I think, higher in the long run. No, Ruka kind of slowing down, it seems. The 236A beats the Dragonfly cool stuff that was going on before. Still disrespectful off of a techable knockdown. Always is. Catches the backstep with 66B. Yeah, it looks like now Ruka is adapting ever so slightly with just things like 1B and 66B. Slightly slower than the stuff that he was doing before, but still just as strong. Yeah, oh. It's okay if Ruka's like breaking these grabs. I would still do grabs. Like until I'm truly punished, like with a duck into Horizon. Boy, that match went way too quick for me to describe. But that's the last bit of it. Looks like Ringout just kind of like ran out of stamina at the end there. If I had any advice for like somebody in Ringout's position, well, first of all, getting a little bit better at dealing with Pat 236AA. You need to have those just guards. You need to have the sidestep, and you need to have some sort of like a universal answer if Yoshimitsu does have one. But he's really jamming it down Ringout's throat, and it's causing a lot of havoc. It keeps him from really getting him off, and it's arguably what is allowing Pat 11K and stuff to be so successful. At no point did Ringout really have a hard answer to dealing with Pat when he's in his face. Ringout's pressure was trying to do the same thing, but the frames aren't as good, so there's not really much that you can do. Again, I really feel like Pat dominates this matchup. Please let me know if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, other than that, just better whiff punishing. It's just like, you know, Ringout just needs to get a little bit tighter on whiff punishing, and that just comes with playing. And as for Ruka, it's hard for me to say what Ruka needs to do because, one, Ruka won, and two, he's really good. And, you know, it was a solid match. Really close match up until that last game. It's too bad that it had to end on kind of a sour note. But, yeah, this will be the end of my video, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, thanks very much.